or worse? A
Same.
or B?
Yeah, it's the same to me.
I
Same.
asked. All right, we won't worry about it then. Just wait till
Stop
John
breaking
gets
the
back.
world.
There he
And
is.
I'm back.
All right, is it
Hey.
better?
Let's see how long this lasts.
Okay. Better or worse?
Better.
Okay, good. All right. So, are you going to be pressing charges against Connor for punching him in the face last night?
Uh, nah, he was just offended by what I said. Because I suppose some people do that.
Your face offends me.
No, that too. I mean, with a face like that, I can't really put more blame on him.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, you guys are released the next day. Since technically there was no crime actually committed, assault is only really assault when you get charged
Someone
with it.
complains.
So both of you walk out free the next morning, and everybody kind of meets back up at Trace's bar. It is cleaned back up. There is nothing, nothing indicative of the fact that there was a body on that floor the other day. Actually, not even 6 or 7 hours previous. But you guys do have that ticket to the Ghost Ball.
I want to try to find out more about the ghost ball. Reach out to my wonderfully, probably against me contacts.
Okay. All right. So roll contacts for me. What specifically are you trying to figure out? Just more in general.
Yeah, I want to know, what is this? Where is this? Are they looking for singers? And now refresh my memory with this, with how to roll dice with this.
Sure.
I know I can go write your character sheet.
Up to the newspaper-looking icon. You're going to go to your
Yep.
character sheet, and then you're going to roll. You're going to click on the 4 squares that look like fate dice next to your skill.
And I don't add anything in for bonus.
Right. But yeah, there's no conditional bonus on this one.
All right. Let's see how I do.
You did good.
You done did good, then, darn.
Louis, you do good?
Awesome. Nice. Okay, so you have 5. All right, so you give a couple phone calls around. I assume that you're doing it under the guise of investigating employment.
Yeah, I'm looking for work. I heard this is the place to be.
All you
They
hear is-
obviously want the best singer in the city.
Okay, so you get a few people, and 2 of them just straight up laugh at you and then hang up. But you finally manage to get the promoter of a venue down in downtown, who laughs at you still, but proceeds to stay on the line and basically tell you that this already happened. So it's kind of hard to hire for a gig that's already occurred. It happened like 3 or 4 days ago, so you'll have to try and peddle your blues somewhere else.
All right.
I still got Lincoln's number, don't I?
Yes,
You know-
Rolodex.
I think
You know if they're going to be running another one anytime soon?
Another ball.
Yeah. Come on, these
hangs up
rich
on
types
you.
always like to have balls.
And you hear silence for a moment, and then it just hangs up.
Ugh, no one can take a joke around here. No one. Well, that's all I got. For now.
All right, and you said, Mike, you wanted to.
Yeah, we're gonna go use my rotary phone in the back and give Miss Lincoln a call.
Okay. All right, so roll it.
For contact.
I guess you already have it. I made you roll that contact. Okay. So it rings, and it rings, and you almost think that it's going to hang up, but then it picks up really quick. Officers of the Lincoln House, how may I help you?
Hi, this is Trace Bellamy. I was giving you a call. I was wondering if Sarah Lincoln's around.
Sarah Lincoln is currently planning for a wedding coming up. We're doing decorations. Is there any chance I could take a message for you?
If you could have her call Trace Bellamy back.
Trace, can you spell that?
Trace
No need to be sarcastic, sir.
Bellamy.
Okay. And you hear scribbling in the background. Okay, I'll make sure to deliver the message as soon as possible.
May I get your name, please?
This is Tracy.
I like the name. The feminine version of my name. Report check.
Report. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Make that report check.
Ah, damn it.
Wah.
Womp. Yeah, she kind of laughs excitedly, but you can tell that she's already moved to the next topic in mind. It's pretty much. I guess you're gonna wrap the conversation up
Yeah,
there.
hang up. I'm done there.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys have figured out that she is busy with a wedding, or at least setting up.
Is she like a wedding planner or something?
Do you know her?
Nope. Yeah, I was asking Trace.
What was the question? One more time?
Is she like a wedding planner or something?
I guess that would go back to me then.
Are in contacts then, I guess?
No, because you do know her. From
Yeah,
what you
she's
know,
part of the city, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She basically is the head of the Historical Conservation Society. But she has done it very differently than most other places have. Other places decide to run it very much like a business. She runs it like a fundraising event all the time, 24/7. She's very over the top. She's very personable. Rubs elbows with the biggest and brightest in Boston in order to make sure that everything is according.
She wants it like a big bash, essentially.
It's pretty much. The whole Conservation Society operates out of the Linkett House. She is part of old money and old blood, and has decided to use it to help preserve the history of Boston. The Linkett House directly oversees I believe, the Cobb Cemetery.
Cops Cemetery. Cops Hill.
Yeah, Cops Hill Cemetery, which is one of the oldest cemeteries in Boston.
Do I have an address for her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you do have that on the Rolodex. And that's publicly available information anyway. The Linkett House is a huge mansion that they do private parties in and stuff like that. So apparently this is just one of those ones that has been scheduled in the Linkett House. There's a wedding.
I'm thinking road trip.
I'm thinking work. I'm thinking I don't have anything else better to do.
Pretty much. No, I have no classes, so why not this point?
Louis just
Connor.
gonna look over at Connor. Aren't you unemployed?
Why do you think I said I have nothing else better to do? And he's gonna finish his drink in one gulp and set the glass down and start walking to the door.
Anyone need their flask filled before we go?
Right here.
Let's not. Someone has to be sober on this adventure.
Bullshit. You obviously are new to the city.
You're obviously
Well,
new to
the real
weddings.
city.
All right, so I guess you're all going to pack up. Anything you want to take?
Do I have a good 6-pack or a keg sitting around? Keg would be a little too big. Let's go 6-pack.
Roll me resources.
Pony
See what you
keg.
got on hand.
Where are my damn resources? I hear there. Fuck.
Yeah, you have like half a 6-pack
Damn.
of your good stuff. I mean, there's a lot of just regular beer and well stuff, but you realize that you have remembered that the homebrew that you have going isn't going to be done for another couple days.
Shit. Oh well.
All right. I guess you guys are heading out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yup.
So
Wait,
you roll up to the outside of the Linkett House. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yarp.
Yep, that is the outside of the Linkett House. It's not the oldest building, but is definitely one of the most well-used of the historical buildings. Miss Linkett has turned the entire inside into a functional, not only office on the top floor, but a huge ballroom on the bottom with accompanying kitchen and services and stuff like that. It is one of the swankier places to attend a party in the city. It's located in the historical downtown, kind of the little hump. Well, actually, let me see if I can throw up a map real quick. There we go. You guys should see that. If you zoom in, you'll see up there on the west end, towards the little tippy top of that west end there.
Oh my.
Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
So, swanky joint. Who's dressed in what?
Connor's just wearing jeans, work boots, a t-shirt, and his old army jacket or marine jacket, whatever.
I got my usual vest on, pants, more like a dress pants kind of.
Your bartender get up.
Yeah,
Okay. Bow tie or regular tie?
regular tie.
Regular tie. Okay. Louis?
Louis dressed about as good as he can be for someone who's trying to get some work. You know, nice button-up shirt, rolled up. Grease stains are only, barely visible. Pants don't even have any obvious patches in them.
That's always good. And Miss Denny. What you wearing?
She is wearing a knee-length dress, slightly oversized sweater, like little knit cap thing, kind of cute with some knee-high combat boots.
Okay.
AKA how I dress.
All right. I can see that, yeah. All right, so what are you guys doing? You're outside of this wonderfully historical house. You know that wedding preparations are underway inside.
So are they going to get pissed at us for showing up without an appointment or uninvited or what?
Are you asking in character or out of character?
Yeah, that's Connor asking Trace.
Pissed at you, maybe.
I think she'll be okay with me, maybe not you.
And he'll just nod and say, do you guys want me to wait in the car or something?
Nah, Magoo, you're my roadie.
And he'll shrug and say, all right. I mean, I'll
I have
come
an
along.
idea. You guys, whoop me. I lead the way up the stairs.
Okay. Is everybody following Trace?
Yep.
Dan's gonna kind of hang back, just kind of looking at everything, because she likes a kind of old school, very olden architecture. So she's probably busy looking around.
On my way up, do I have my planner or scheduling book with me?
Yeah, I'm sure that it's. Yeah, you can have it. That's fine.
I'm gonna write down in my book that I was supposed to be here on this day to cater for a party.
Okay. Where's your equipment?
Resource check. I'll use a pencil for this.
Oh no, I meant okay. Are you gonna try and bluff your way in?
Yes.
All right.
Oh God.
All right. So you're gonna go up and knock. What you doing? Just knock,
Yep.
knock, knock, knock,
Knock, knock, knock.
Very nice. All right. So it's quiet. You don't really hear anything. Okay, hold your horses. All right. So a very pretty young woman opens and answers the door. Yes,
Hi, I'm Trace Bellamy. I was here to cater for a wedding.
Trace,
Yes.
you just called 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. Because I want to talk to Miss Lincoln.
Hold on. Come on in. I'll see if she's in. And she opens the door. She's very noticeably irritated. So you guys walk into a very large. Think of if you walk into an entryway of an old house, but make it bigger. Like 4 or 5 people could fit side by side. There's a really old style wooden stairway that goes up that could fit 2 or 3 people on the right hand side. But as you go forward, it's kind of been situated not into a waiting space, but this is very clearly not a place to stay. This is meant to just get people where they're going. You notice that there are a set of 2 double doors that are wide open, and there's this massive ballroom that you guys can see right into, and it's beautiful. There's nice white marble on the floor. There's huge decorations being set up, a massive chandelier that's hanging on the ceiling. It looks, and from what you can see, it looks to be actual crystal, not just like glass. All of the decorations are pristine. You see a couple younger people walking around. They are dressed very nice and in uniform. Not like a maid's uniform, but you can tell that there is some sort of uniform to the group. And there's one very over-emphatic person walking around, kind of giving orders and setting things in place. And as you watch Tracy walk, she's dressed in a very nice power suit, gray with white pinstripes. She has a set of glasses and a bun up on her head. Blonde hair is leaking out of the bun. You can tell it's very hard to manage, but she does her best. She walks up to this very blatantly eccentric character and stops her, and you can see whispering and pointing, and you hear her clap and motion Tracy away, and she starts walking towards you guys. Give me una momento. Did I add her? Yes, I did.
Howdy.
So she walks up, very, very regal but modern dress. Again, very eccentric, but it is gorgeous. Very, very well tailored. You can tell that it is custom made. As she stands up and claps at you guys and goes, "Hello, thank you for showing up. I'm afraid I don't know the rest of you, but Trace, I'm so glad you managed to show up. I have to say, the bartender here that we hired is absolute crap. I have to say, it's not going to be an open bar as per the request of the people, but I have so much to deal with. Can I help you guys with anything? My apologies."
It's a pleasure to again meet your acquaintance, Sarah.
She gives a little bit of a curtsy with a big smile on her face, like she's very much in her element right now.
Sounds like you need some assistance with your bartending. Perhaps I can do that later today.
Oh, would you be able to? That would just be, it is my normal rate. I know you've done this before. Please grace us with your presence. I would really appreciate it.
Can my staff join us too? And I motion to the 4 of us.
And she kind of looks over a little bit. Danny and John, she kind of like registers you and then moves past, but she focuses on Connor, and she looks you up and down and she goes, "What? Did you pick him up off the street?"
Connor's gonna shrug and say, "I'm a bouncer."
Ah, well, yes. Well, if you'd be willing, we actually have a uniform I think might fit your suitable frame that we can set you up as the security for the event. I don't think we have... Did he call off today? I think he did. Yes, he did. So, yes, we could use a security man on the team. Would you be so inclined?
Sure, yeah, of course. Anything to help out Trace.
Okay, she like turns around and lets out this piercing whistle that absolutely resonates through the whole hall, and instantly 2 of the uniformed people appear, and they look relatively close to twins. Like, you can't tell if it's just 2 people that look really similar or they are like related, but she claps real quick and motions to you, and you are almost forcefully carried up the stairs. And she looks at, so while you're getting harangued, she looks at Louis and Danny, and she looks at both of you and taps her fingers. She's like, "Louis, right?"
That's me, ma'am.
I've heard so much about you.
I'm sure all of it lies in slander.
I'm sure. Would you be opposed to singing tonight?
Louis just lights up. I'd die for it.
I'm sure. She looks over at Danny. And your name, I'm afraid we haven't met before.
Oh, I am Danica. You probably know my parents more so than anything. The Michaelsons.
And her face just lights up like she is truly overjoyed. She's like, the Michelsons, yes! Some of our best donors outside of any type of corporation. I assure you, they most definitely have the historical bounties of Boston at heart when they come to any of the galas. Please, absolutely come in, please. And she motions everybody inside. Now, as she starts walking you through the actual ballroom itself, and again, it's absolutely gorgeous. There's 3 tiers of tables set up all around a central dance floor, and there's a stage set up at the back, and just there's trays of food, and there's a small little. It looks like it's part of the ballroom, a set up bar. But Trace, you know for a fact that it is very easily wheeled off, but it's just so professionally done, it looks like part of the fixtures. She motions you in, and as she's walking, she's actually rattling to herself off about the wedding itself and things that she needs to do. And, you know, she stops a few of the people walking and micromanages them, and finally turns back around to all of you, just as Connor comes back down dressed in a very smart suit. But, so Connor, I have to ask, do you want to keep your army jacket on? Are you going to fight that?
He at first he's gonna be very uncomfortable about it. He's not really in a position to fight to wear the army jacket right now because he's kind of out of his element. But he's literally the first thing if anybody says anything to him about the way he's dressed will be they wouldn't let me wear my jacket. and he's going to be like just not happy in general.
Oh, come on, Magoo. Why the long... Oh, come on, Magoo. Why the long face?
They said I couldn't wear my jacket.
That thing looks rattier than you are, so can't blame them.
You don't understand, man.
Yeah. Something you got shot at, whatever.
Oh, man. All right, so she turns
Yep,
around.
nope, staying out of that.
So she turns around as Connor walks up. Again, it's a black suit, black tie. I mean, you look like security, with how they've decked you up, and surprisingly, it fits really well. Like for the fact that they didn't even measure you, it's a ridiculously nice fit. But she turns around and claps her hands yet again, and the everything ruffles at some point, and she settles down long enough to look at you. She's like, as much as I am absolutely blessed to have you here and rescue some of my fall throughs, can I ask what you're doing here? Not to be rude, please don't allow me to pry, but I mean it's so strange having somebody stop by in the middle of preparations.
I open up my little planner book and say, I'm supposed to be here.
Supposed to be here, and she kind of peers at it, little chin pointed up, and okay. I don't remember making that appointment, but if you say so, Trace, you're very reliable, so I guess
It's all a coincidence. We're here. It all worked out.
it all worked out. Excellent. Okay, well in that case, I have a few more preparations to make. If you guys want to, I guess just help out the staff, and I will continue. I will go upstairs into my office.
Thank you.
Okay. She turns around with a smart step, and she's not skipping. She's as close to skipping as you could possibly get to walking. She's just a very energetic person.
Well, I'm going to find my way to the bar and see what's going on over there.
Okay. exactly as you remember it last time you served here. It's very well stocked. Everything's well organized. Like, if there's one thing Sarah knows how to do, it's how to organize and throw a party. And this woman has everything down to a T.
Yeah. Are there other people walking around?
There's just some of the staff. Again, they're setting up. They're polishing silverware. They're setting out plates. They're making sure that all the floral arrangements are right.
I'm gonna look around for wedding invitation names about who's getting pitched here.
Oh, okay. They don't have any of the name placards out.
Okay.
At least not yet. That you can tell. They may not even have any.
No names getting married.
All right. What do the rest of you want to do? You have this huge open room with people milling about.
Anyone want to go looting?
Oh God.
Don't tempt me.
I guess Danny's gonna, I guess,
Um,
because she wasn't given a thing to do. So I guess she's just gonna look around and try to find something to do.
Okay.
Or I guess like try to talk to some of like the younger folk since she can probably relate to them and she's very easy to talk to. So
All right. Yeah. So you get in. They basically give you a quick assignment to fold napkins. And they show you how they do it, and I mean, you pick it up really fast. It's a very simplistic but very elegant way of folding the napkins, but they currently don't have anybody doing it. So they set you up, and you are left alone.
welp, that didn't like go as I was hoping. Well, I guess for now she's just gonna fold and just people watch because you can learn a lot from people watching. So
Okay.
Louis is gonna warm up, maybe show off a little bit. Depends on if anyone starts watching.
Okay. So you get up and start testing the microphone. Nothing is quite set up as far as the sound system. I don't know if you have knowledge of how to do it, or if you usually leave that to your roadies.
He'd at least be picky and have a hand in things.
So you get up and start testing the
Um,
microphone.
not as
Nothing
skilled
is
as a good
quite set
roadie.
up as far as the sound system.
Okay.
I don't know if you have knowledge of
Hold on
how
a
to
second.
do it, or if you usually leave that to your roadies.
He'd at least be picky and have a hand.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I was checking to see how bad the echo was. Okay. Sorry. Say that one more time for me.
He'd at least be picky about how he sounds and insist on having a hand in some things. But overall, I mean,
No,
He-
you don't
he-
understand. Nothing
Oh.
is set up. Like,
nothing's set up.
Yeah, they have the board, they have the mic, but I mean, nothing is calibrated. Nothing is like. It's apparent that they would be waiting till later to do this.
No, I didn't mean like doing my check. I mean, he'd be warming himself up a little bit.
Oh, okay. So just singing.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that you actually roll me performance?
All right.
Mm,
They
Wow.
all run around.
You are just a little. It's been a bit, and I think everybody can tell it's been a little bit. But that's what warm-up's for, you know. It's
Exactly.
to warm your voice. You can swear you hear a crack in your voice at one point when you try and go a little bit outside of your range while testing tones, and yeah, I was about to say Kyle, you could hear like a stifled laugh from over at the security area.
Louis is like, Louis is actually just gonna get sort of irritated, just like, yeah, what? Once more.
Once
He-
more
he-
with feeling.
Exactly. It's actually getting to him a little bit to have people laughing at him.
Okay.
Actually, no. He'll go over and take a drink. And do this again.
Yes.
All right. One shot down the hatch. You want to roll again? There you go. So, as a reward for rolling so well, Feel free to place an aspect on the scene.
Oh, I was worried you'd say that. I have no idea what to say at this point.
Okay, so basically the way aspects work is it's like aspects on you or on the building or the area that you're in. Basically, this is something that defines what's going on. And in this case, your singing is having some sort of an effect on the area or the people involved in the area. So something like Blues Brothers or Soft as Rain, or different type melancholy atmosphere. There's another one. But you really don't want a wedding to be melancholy. So
I kind of like Soft as Rain. They're just music going around. Maybe some people are paying attention. I don't quite have the word for it, but I know what I'm trying for.
out of the corner of your ear.
Right there. People are, they're a little distracted. Louis' music is getting around. People are maybe paying a little more attention to him than their job.
Okay. Yeah, I think Soft as Rain would be good for that.
Soft as Rain.
So you put the temporary aspect of Soft as Rain on the scene. You can tag it for free, like you would use a fate point. Or you can pass that to somebody else to use when it's their turn to roll.
All right.
Okay? So with that, Danny, is there anything else that you'd like to do?
I really don't know what else to have her really do. 'Cause, I could have her, once she's done, investigate what area she's in. Because, they pretty much left her to her own devices. But, she doesn't really know. She's not really that stealthy or anything. So she's kind of a klutz.
Okay.
So.
Alright, so you just want to continue folding napkins?
I really don't know what else to have her really do.
Tell Danny to come over to the bar.
Bar back.
Danny, come over to the bar.
All right, well, she's gonna learn the bar back. She's read it in a book once.
Hey, you actually get to work for once.
Oh.
I don't want Louis.
I'm going to get a tray. I assume that there's a tray behind the bar.
Of course.
I'm going to load up the water and be walk around and see who wants water. And listen to what's going on.
I
There you go.
think I can do that. Got it.
All right, so you are going to roll. Give me a sec. Gotta get the skill list here. I think it's perception. I'm not entirely sure.
I completely forgot to ask something.
What's up?
If there are any pretty women around.
There are quite a few pretty women. Miss Linkett knows her business, and knows that pretty women make certain situations.
I'm not sure if Louis would be a dumbass quite yet.
He does only have one shot in him, so.
Yeah.
Needs to be
save
drunker
it.
for that.
Yeah, just getting things started with a little bit of showing off then with the singing.
Okay, so you and Trace are going to be setting up the water. Connor, is there anything that you would like to do?
Yeah, I'm going to have him basically walking around the perimeter and checking for any weaknesses in security, any loose windows, any
So are you?
exits that aren't.
You are going to be
guarded very
casing
well.
the joint.
Yes, that is actually what he's going to be doing.
Roll me a burglary.
Oh, okay. We'll see how
You need to
well
turn it
this will
up.
play out.
See how well you burglar.
See how well I burgle.
Yeah, burgle.
He's off his game. He doesn't have his jacket.
Yep.
Ooh, boy.
Oh man.
He can't
So-
focus on
boy.
anything except his jacket upstairs, where he's not unable to protect
Lord.
him. He's as
It's
useless
like your
as
security blanket.
It is exactly like that. He's as useless
Like Linus's
as a knight without armor right now.
Okay. So you walk around, like you said, you're too distracted at this point. This is not your scene, and it's becoming wildly apparent to you personally that this high class stuff is just out of your game. You're looking at the linens. You've never seen a white so bright on any type of cloth in your life. You can swear that they have pearls that are edible somewhere. There's all kinds of stuff here. You're just you're not shell shocked, but you're getting pretty uncomfortable. So you are going to be taking the temporary aspect of in a second skin.
Okay.
Somebody will be able to tag that if they figure out about it. So Danny, with you walking around with the tray of water, what would you like to try to do?
I guess just try to. I mean, she's gonna try to go up to people and maybe start conversations with people and try to listen in to what people are talking about. See if anything regarding the ball or anything like that is mentioned at the event.
Okay, so you will be rolling an investigation check because you're eavesdropping.
Oh god.
Hey,
All right. And then I hit this. I have no bonus. She's not good at this stuff.
All right. Well, you're dipping in and out, like you're giving water to everybody. They're very thankful. You're developing a very good rapport with them.
Well, can I roll rapport?
Certainly.
That's
Because you're not picking up anything off the conversations, that's for sure.
Yeah, at that point, Jesus. That's better.
That is better. Everybody's kind of focused on their jobs at the moment, but you do find somebody that has taken over your napkin position. It's generally when you're sitting still, you tend to want to talk to people. So she kind of opens up. She's a pretty little brunette. Nothing special, but other than the fact that she's pretty, just goes off, starts talking a little bit about how she got the job and things like how nice it is to work here, stuff like that. Even if Miss Linkett is very eccentric, she ends up taking care of everybody. She doesn't know who's getting married. They don't normally ask that question. It's just kind of set up. I mean, is there anything you're trying to set up a rapport with her about? Like any information you want to try and dig?
Mostly just trying to find out some more information about the event, about Ms. Linkett herself. Just trying to see what she can get at this point, because she's never done anything like this. So she's just anything that'll stick to the wall at this point that she can get. She's trying to be useful.
Well, Miss Linkett, you already know through your parents. She again rubs elbows with the high and mighty. She's very frequently seen close by to several big important events that have to do with Boston. She's a personal friend of the mayor. Again, throws
I will
these
be
galas.
right back.
Okay. Throws galas all the time. Runs events. I mean, this is what she does for a living, and she's very, very good at it. Mostly because of her contacts and resources already. She kind of pulls from her parents' money that they left her in order to continue funding this, but she is very good at turning personality and atmosphere into cash. Other than that, the event itself, it's just two Heidi-Tidies getting married. Lots of money, not a lot to do with it. They invited all of their families, stuff like that. They're getting married tomorrow, stuff like that.
Okay.
Tonight's more of the celebration party, and they're going to get married as it turns from midnight onward for some special occasion for their religion. The woman doesn't quite know if it's religion or if it's just eccentricity, but she's like, I don't get paid to ask those questions.
I feel like that's something that she will probably stick with her and then mention to Trace, because I'm sure like she probably knows that he knows some type of like lore-ish stuff just from knowing in passing and probably talking to the twins from the coffee shop. But triplets, whatever. But she'll probably like in passing mention it to Trace. Like she'll probably need to go refill her tray and mention it to him.
Trace, what would you like to do with that little tidbit?
What was that tidbit one more time?
Tidbit was that they are waiting to get married until midnight. They're having the party going up all the way to midnight, and then they're going to have the actual ceremony after midnight.
Okay.
To her, that sounds, I don't know, sounds interestingly odd. so she doesn't know there's anything beyond it, but she just wanted to say something.
I'll make a lore check, I guess.
Sure. Nice. You do know that they're, like, offhand from just your study of certain, like, mystical times more so than anything, because sometimes the timing of potions is just as important as the actual ingredients themselves. One could even say that timing is an ingredient in and of itself. So you do know through some study that there are some cultures, when placed value on magic, the crossover from that crossover at midnight from one day to another can be very powerful for some types of magics.
Okay.
Winter Fae, especially like the night, and midnight is when their power is the most coalesced.
Is it supposed to rain tonight?
No.
Okay. So no water. Damn.
So don't forget, all of you, that you are here to investigate a murder.
Yeah, but I
Or
mean,
death,
the only thing that she
or-
can think of is maybe she. I really suck at my freaking like investigation to have her actually maybe name drop the guy. If she needed to name drop, like if people ask who she is, she can name drop her parents, but try to ask if they knew the guy. Obviously, not talking about the ball itself that already passed. But
Okay. Danny, have you thought maybe about just asking Sarah?
Well, I guess I could. I hadn't.
Tracy's gonna wander toward the kitchen.
Okay. Danny, are you going to wander up to the office?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Connor, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I just thought about this. As people are coming in, I'm assuming they would stop and they'd have to be checked by security to make sure they're not carrying any weapons. This is a high society thing with a lot of important people here.
Correct. It's also very early morning.
Okay. As people start showing up, he could, like, I'm trying to think what he can investigate. He doesn't actually have very good investigation. So I was thinking maybe he could, like, as people are emptying their pockets and stuff, just keep an eye out for something that might tie to this guy.
Well, that seems odd that
Strange
somebody would
idea.
care,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. But
Okay. Like I said, it is very, very early morning. We're talking like 9 a.m.
mhm.
Oh God.
The party is not going to be till probably about 9 o'clock that evening.
Sadly,
How to make this difficult?
I've got nothing
Okay.
for Connor.
That's fine. You see Danny start to wander up to the office. And do you have some sort of like common sense check that I can give you?
I don't know.
Perception.
It's not perception.
There's alertness.
Okay. Yeah, roll me that.
Roll me something.
Okay. You're kind of remotely aware of the other people around. But since Danny is dressed so much differently than everybody else at this point, you see her start to whisk up to the stairs, you have a feeling that it would be much better to get a full layout of the place.
Okay.
Besides just the first floor.
Oh, I thought that's what I was doing when I was like looking and casing the place.
I took that as only your first floor. My apologies.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I definitely would also want to lay out of the upstairs.
Okay.
So I will also go up the stairs and take a look on things.
Okay. Louis, what you doing?
Well, Louis, after showing up and seeing that people are starting to vacate on, would he see that Danny is headed on upstairs?
He would. You would also see that Trace is headed to the kitchen.
Better back up the rich girl.
Okay.
Trace knows what he's doing.
He always knows what he's doing. Sort of. Most of the time.
Kind of. All right. Trace, what would you like to do?
Do I get to the kitchen door?
Yes.
It's one of those like swing type
Yep.
things. Like,
Big polished stainless steel. There are not even fingerprints on it.
well, I just put my back into it and
Good
open the
man.
door.
Okay.
I'm back in the kitchen area.
Yep. You see 2 or 3 chefs going out, going about it. They're doing very early prep work for the party tonight, getting vegetables chopped up, getting plates, like vegetable platters, and starting to set the base for a lot of the baking they're going to be doing. From what you can tell, it looks like they're actually baking the cake themselves.
Okay. I find the closest chef to me and introduce myself. And say I'll be doing bartending.
Okay, he kind of takes a moment, wipes the knife off on his. He has like a towel hanging out of a pocket around his right gut, and he just kind of wipes the knife off and puts it down. Shakes your hand, very strong handshake. He's very clean shaven, almost like a baby pudgy face with a small cleft chin. But he has very focused eyes as he looks at you. He says, "Hi, I'm Chef Randy. I'm actually the lead chef here. Is there something I can help you with back here?"
I was just wondering what's on the menu for tonight.
Oh, we're going to be doing there's actually 3 different options. We have a type of chicken, a type of beef, and a type of seafood for anybody who doesn't like those 2 previous options. The chicken is actually a braised chicken with a lemon meringue sauce on top. We have our beef tenderloin with a side of green beans, a little bit of sprig. We do that medium well unless they request otherwise. And then we have we actually have shrimp scampi on the menu as well with a homemade Alfredo sauce. Everything served with rolls, your type of vegetable. We got 3 different types. Are you looking for a pairing?
That it would be. I'm just trying to hear what you're having in store, and I'll see what I can do over with alcohol selection.
Excellent. I know Miss Linkett has already requested a good Pinot Noir to be paired with the shrimp. I don't know if she left that out for you or not.
No, she did not.
Okay. We do have a hearty Cabernet. I mean, I'm sure you know your business. This is just what we have on hand. I know we have a fantastic Chardonnay to go with the filet mignon, but you might want to look down on the wine cellar yourself, figure out what we got to pair with it. But that's pretty much it. We're doing a vanilla cake with a whipped vanilla frosting on top. It's going to take us a little bit to get it done. So,
Do you know anything about the 2 that are getting married?
some rich types. I don't know. All I know is I'm getting paid overtime to be here, so that's the best I can do.
Okay. Well then, I'll go down in the cellar and have a look.
All right, Trace. Nice to meet you. And he
Nice
kind
to
of
meet
gives
you, Randy. Shake his hand
he
again.
goes like as he starts cutting. Okay, so the 3 of you walk up. You see, it is much smaller on the top than it is on the bottom floor. The bottom floor, you can tell that the ballroom takes up a majority of the 2 floors. And just runs along one side of the building, and the offices have all kind of been crammed up top. They are still very much very clean, very very classy, elegant. You definitely get a Renaissance feeling from it, as though it's been very hard, like somebody has tried very hard to keep that preserved. But again, all the modern accoutrements, electricity. There's nice filigree on the sides as you walk in, polished runners. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Even the freaking doorknobs are polished. There are small plaques as you walk by, things like waiting room, dressing room, things like that. You notice that at the very, very end on the right-hand side there is the proprietor's office and a nice polished brass.
Okay. I guess I'm going to walk up to the door and politely knock.
Okay. Oh, please come in.
I guess she's gonna open the door and walk in and introduce herself. And I kind of want her to make like small talk. I was wanting to see if she has time to actually talk, since she knows she's busy with the wedding planning and stuff.
All right, so you walk in and you guys can see this picture, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You guys scared me for a minute. I'm like, I lost him. I know it. So you walk in, everything's neat, everything's orderly, but at the same time, it's an absolute mess. You can tell there is a system of organization somewhere, but you don't know if if the organization has been known to humans or to primates.
Oh God.
The only thing that's accepted is the large bookcase on the right hand side as soon as you walk in that is absolutely filled with books. As you walk by, you see they look old, they look very worn, but it's like all of these were hand bound at some point. There are no fake leather here. There's a couple different stacks of paper. There's different types of tools. It looks like she has a book open at this point as she goes and opens up one of the windows to allow some light in, and turns off one of the lights so that she turns on the light and then quickly puts the book back in the hermetic sealed bag and puts it into a drawer on that bookcase. And she kind of wipes her hand. She's like, "Forgive me, you caught me in the middle of a little bit of not architectural, restoration work. This book is very, very old, and we have to keep it sealed and away from sunlight if we're not working on it. Is there something I can help you out with, Danica?"
Can I actually talk to her about the book since she is a bookworm, so she knows about books? I don't know what kind of aspect or anything that would do since she's all about books.
Okay, so you're going to compel yourself to get off track. I said you're going to compel yourself to get off track.
Slightly, only because she's remembering the paper from what they found on the guy's body. And for that she knows, she sees all the different things in there. She's kind of putting two and two together. Plus, she loves books, so she's gonna want to ask her about the book and maybe some of what she does for her restoration, different things, and with the older types of paper. So.
I'm going to slide a point of compel toward you.
Mother of God.
And I'm going to say that this may not be your element in particular, since you're pre-med. I'm sorry, biochem, my apologies. Or biomed, that's right, biomed. Since you're biomed, but you do love a good book. And you very much appreciate older texts. So as you start talking to her about the book, you start to get a little distracted.
Honestly, I will take it because at this point, like there's no getting around to her in her books, so she might be a lost cause for a little bit. So but I mean, I feel like though, even if she is, she'll still find out some good information though, regardless.
Okay. You start talking to her about the book. It's whatever interruption you have brought is quickly forgotten about as she warms up to you almost immediately, and you thought she was excitable before, and it just comes out in droves now that she's talking about something that she's passionate about. You can tell that she truly cares about history and the restoration process. She starts talking about the book itself and how they found it they found it actually rescued in a safe in one of the burned down buildings from the Boston fire. The way she estimates it is somewhere around the Revolutionary War. Yada yada yada, different types of ink, different types of bindings, the processes that she has to go through in order to restore it appropriately, and you're just eating it up. And you completely miss the rolling of eyes and sighs from the two men in the room. Who both know you so well and know that they have lost you to the sands of time for a little bit. What do you
Honestly,
guys
giving them time to look.
Okay.
Distraction complete.
What do you two want to do?
Louis kind of wants to look around, sort of see if there's any left out paperwork in this organized chaos related to the ghost ball.
Okay. There is. Can you make me an investigation check?
Ooh, he's really bad at that.
That's fine.
I feel like all of us are really bad at that.
If you guys want to pitch something else to me, I mean,
but
investigation would be the what's up?
Alertness, but that's more not getting jumped.
Pretty much. That's general awareness of your surroundings.
I would try to cut into the conversation and use rapport, but that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Because you're gonna get two glares and the lady's talking about books.
So there's my investigation.
All right. Well, considering you're rolling a 1, actually you're rolling a 0 on it, technically. Uh, 0 bonus, I should say. So I mean, you're kind of peering around. You have your hands in your pockets, slack posture, just kind of examining what's going on around you. You pick up and twirl some of the tools and put them back down, and the two women are so locked up in conversation she doesn't even notice you going, looking at her stuff. But you do see a stack of documents, and you think you see something poking out of one of them, but you're not sure.
Louis would just sort of cock his head in that direction towards Connor, like, eh.
That subtle motion of look over this way.
Almost, Jack's supposed to like, hey, look over there, damn it.
Okay, and Connor would look, and he would also investigate to see if he could find any form of information. What would I roll to essentially investigate it without looking too obvious?
What do you think?
Nothing I have.
Yeah, so it would probably be investigation.
Okay.
All right. Since you're actively looking at it, you do see kind of like almost a report. Like, it looks like some sort of a report or a spreadsheet or something like that, but you do know that it has the ghost ball written on it. It's about halfway down in the stack.
Okay.
Hey, Mama.
There's not too much I can do about it without completely looking like without this fucking building. So I will just make a note of it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything anybody else would like to do?
Is it just this office up here that's available, or are there other bits and pieces?
There's other like dressing rooms and various side rooms and closets, but other than that, you didn't see any other like file rooms. Like, this seems to be where most of the coordination goes on.
Well, I mean, Louis will kind of excuse himself, like, okay, this is, they're really into it. I've done all I can for right now. And he's just going to go kind of get chatty downstairs.
Okay. Connor?
He's honestly just going to keep looking around the upstairs for any openings or weaknesses in the building's perimeter, anything that might stand out to him as useful or something that could help in this investigation.
You as you continue pondering around, Danny and Sarah have gone into a completely different discussion about historical monuments in Boston, and restoration attempts on those as well. And you get this inkling in your head that if something doesn't change, both of these women can go on for hours.
Okay. And I honestly, being Connor, he wouldn't do much about that. That's the only thing. He might mention that to Louis or Trace, but Connor doesn't have the social chops to like cut in the middle of a conversation with people that are essentially ahead of his, like, out of his class, I guess.
Okay. Louis.
Yes.
Roll me rapport. I'm sorry, empathy. Roll me empathy.
Ooh, all right.
As you start to walk out the door, you turn around and see this almost puppy dog look on Connor's face.
Louis will just sort of just sort of cluck his tongue like, all right, come on, Magoo, let's go get a drink. These two are going to be at it for a while.
And he will go get a drink. And he's like, you do know that Magoo makes no sense, right?
Louis is going to shrug.
One of
It's
the,
honestly, it's the best I got.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
as you walk back downstairs, one of the waitresses comes up to you and says, "Your friend, the bartender, he's downstairs. If you're looking for him."
All right, thank you.
Peters off.
Let's go make sure Trace didn't, like, I don't know, drop a keg on his foot or something.
So, Trace, like you said, there's a very good wine selection down there. This is a cobblestone foundation of a house that is ridiculously sturdy, and all they did was add huge wooden racks that go under the entirety of the house. There are sections that are kind of closed off with doors on it indicating storage, loose boxes, but the main section where they have all of the wine is actually fairly impressive and very well designed. There are vintages of all ages that, at one point you think you recognize a bottle that could be upwards of probably like $2,000 or $3,000 just for that one bottle, and you notice 4 or 5 of them on the shelf. And you figure this will most likely be used for people far richer than what they're bringing in at this point.
Okay. Can I do a lore check to see if I sense any sort of magic or something
Sure.
arcane revolving around
Yep.
these bottles?
Very nice. As you're kind of poking around, you get a distinct sense from 1 or 2 of the bottles. You pick them up and you recognize them from your lore history as a couple vintages from Italy, from a practicing alchemist. But this was like back in the day. Like, this guy he himself is not known for the wine. The vineyard is, and it single-handedly made that vineyard on the map.
Okay.
Very old, you see dust on it as you kind of like gently pick it up. But you distinctly recognize it, but you know it's not bad magic. It's not meant to be insidious.
Okay.
But it is magical wine.
Sort of similar to probably someone would say my beer.
Yeah.
They picked it up.
Your beer is more simplistic. You can see the mastercraft in how subtle it is. Like, for a fact that these wines are very powerful, and mostly to enhance the flavor, and at a time when the process to make wine wasn't well known or refined, and this vineyard was put on the map for that. For like textures and flavors that had just not been experienced before. It's more common now because they can refine how to do it and scientifically like make the grapes do what they want. But for a fact that back in the day, these types of flavors were just not possible.
Beer selection's terrible down here, right?
Okay, yeah, beer selection's awful. The wine is great. Beer, normally you don't crack open a beer at a high class wedding, so it's pretty shitty. If somebody does order it, they put it in a cup for them, so nobody knows what they're drinking. Louis,
Yes.
you kind of walk up to Trace, and you're getting you both kind of share a glance real quick that let you know that you're both feeling the same thing. It got a little bit colder.
Not just like, hey, we're in a wine cellar cold.
Actually, Connor, technically you would know this as well.
Okay.
Lore check? Good.
You certainly can. Would anybody else like to make a check?
Best I got would be alertness.
Okay, go for it.
I guess I could also do a lore check.
All right.
There's probably not much of a point, but might as well.
So Louis and Connor, you guys are just clueless right now. You're like, oh man, it got a little chilly. Trace, you knew it was cold already. Wine cellars are supposed to be pretty chilly. This isn't the same type. Like it's like a bone shiver. like a bone cold for a moment.
Have I felt this before?
You have,
Okay.
generally around cemeteries.
Well then.
Everybody,
Did anyone just feel cold? Just a second ago.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head back upstairs.
It's
Yeah.
the same type of feeling I get when I'm near like the dead.
How often are you near the dead?
You near the dead a lot there? Do I need to start getting
Just
my drink somewhere else?
yesterday.
So you feel the way you did yesterday?
Whenever I get like this shiver down my spine, it's always something dealing with necromancy or some type of death or spirits or something.
Again, you deal with necromancy and spirits a lot. Like Connor shrugs. He's like, yeah, I mean it's cold, but like we're in a basement. That's
everybody
normal,
roll
right?
me an alertness check.
I don't have to, right? 'Cause I'm upstairs, right? Or do I have to?
No, you roll one as well. Everybody
Because
rolls
Louis
one.
is just doing so well tonight.
I don't even have alertness anywhere. So what would
So
I
you
roll?
So it's mediocre. It's rolled at a +0.
Well, I am
You are
clueless
really
in the
into
plan.
that conversation.
You really are very much into
Books,
that
law.
conversation. So Connor, I think you're the highest, right? With 2.
Oh God.
So Connor, you're kind of making fun of Trace, and you're like, wow, it's really kind of weird that you mentioned spirit, and you stop for a moment because you could have sworn you saw somebody
Wait a
in
minute.
the basement. That's not you 3.
Hold on a second, guys.
So what would you like to do?
And he kind of. Oh God, I hate it. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna regret saying it immediately after saying it. I'm gonna investigate it.
Okay. Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
They're not bad. Not bad.
No, that is literally the best thing I've rolled so far. So
Okay. You're fairly sure you saw somebody. You kind of go around to where he was. It's not there anymore. You're noticing a distinct lack of footprints. And also the fact that there's no place else to go past this rack.
So,
Is
guys,
downstairs?
let's pretend that we believe Trace with this whole spirit thing.
What do you mean
So-
pretend?
I mean, like,
Can we
let's
just establish that
say-
Molly's right?
No, all right, look, what's important is that I just saw something, and it was right here, and it's not here anymore. It looked like a person.
So we're going to put a pause on that for a moment. Danny, you're excitedly talking about restoration of monuments and how power washers really can't get off the type of grime that they deal with in their line of work.
Jesus, that's the most boring conversation.
That is
And it's
wow.
it's pretty interesting, at least to you, because you're actually acting like she's making it interesting. Her passion for restoration, the different types of things they have to do simply to bring them back to a standard, is very enthralling. You notice that she starts faltering for a minute and peers up over your shoulder and comes back to you. But there's a quick stutter in her conversation, like she almost lost her train of thought. Can you make me an empathy check, please?
An empathy check.
She's going to roll. You're not really concerned with the shift in conversation. You think she's just trying to find her place in the line. in line. Like where she was in the conversation, like she hit a stutter, and that was about it. Kind of knocked her out of her reprieve. And you quickly wrap it up, and she says, "Well, Danica, it has been fabulous talking to you. It really has. But if there's nothing else I can help you with, I do have a matter I have to attend to."
Can I? Oh God, at this point, I don't even remember what the hell I went up there for.
You were the distraction.
I obviously, and I got distracted myself.
I think you were going up to ask about the ghost ball.
I was trying to find
Probably.
paper info, you were trying to steer a conversation, and then you started talking about books.
Yup.
And monuments.
Um. Dang, I feel like I've talked to her about everything. Like, would Danny have noticed whatever paper the two boys were hinting at?
No, you haven't even gone over to the desk yet.
Oh God. Oh, I feel like I have no choice but like to just leave. I wanted to check things, but she's gonna be busy. I don't want to be like all up in her face. Oh God, I'm terrible at this.
Well, a man is dead. And the last connection you have is to this ball.
So can I maybe ask her, really quick about I guess the last time she saw her parents? Didn't her parents, like, I know in the last time she talked to her mom, and I know her parents were invited to the ball, and maybe bring up asking her when the last time she saw her parents, is there anything she want, like, she'd like to relay to them since she doesn't know if they've spoken in a while? Maybe kind of incognito, try to find out some more stuff about it. If she can. I mean, the other thing that she personally knows about the ball is that her parents were invited but didn't go.
Okay. What would you like to roll for that? Because you are trying to press into her time, so.
I don't, would that be rapport, I guess? Or no, that would be more investigation because I'm still trying to find out information.
It would be report, because you're trying to get chit-chat, get her to open up.
Okay. I swear to God, I cannot roll well today to save my life.
That is better than nearly everything I have rolled all night.
So, you start to... What would you like to ask her? Go ahead.
Well, no, basically, I was going to ask her, since the two are familiar with each other, just kind of asking her. Hold on, what the? My brother was singing from downstairs, and it was disturbing. Sorry. Probably asking her. I'm sorry, I need to yell at him to shut up. Please hold. Okay, so she's probably gonna ask her about, I guess, when the last time she saw her parents, and try to incorporate like their actual personal relationship to see if she can dig out some more information about, maybe name drop the guy saying that, oh yeah, well I know that, something about the ball itself. Just see if she can incorporate it into a conversation,
Okay.
since she knows that she throws a lot of balls and things like that.
Yes. So what are you trying to add? Like, in character, what are you asking her?
Just asking her, since she's very big with planning parties, it was the last big party that she planned, and maybe she can try to BS her way into, she would like to do something similar to it and was kind of looking for pointers.
Well, I'll certainly be able to tell you. But again, right now I have a pressing appointment. The last one that we threw was the ghost ball, and I could certainly tell you about that, but I do have a phone call I need to take.
Because she asked her if she can come, like, after they can talk about it afterwards. Like, she can, I mean, obviously, Danny's still somewhat, like, formally, so she'll, like leave her be to go do her thing, but as long as it's cool for her to come back and ask her about the ball.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe tomorrow. We do have a lot of pressing matters to attend to today.
And there's nothing There's nothing that I can roll that can make her press the issue because
Well-
she is too nice.
Well, you
Unless I
might
roll,
not have
can't
to
leave well enough
roll.
alone.
I mean, if you can come up with a legitimate in-character reason to do it. I mean, I know she's nice, but again, you were pretty shocked last night. I think, I mean, maybe a dose of the truth would help.
All right. I guess she's probably gonna ask for it now, only because of the fact that if she just has a couple more minutes, and kind of press her only because she. Maybe I want to actually tell her. I'm the worst person for this to happen to.
You know what?
What?
If you will allow me, oh, never mind. I'm still downstairs with the whole ghost thing.
Yup.
Actually, will you
Do you have any
allow?
fate points?
I do have fate points. I have one because of the refresh.
So you have eyes on the quarterback, right?
I do.
So
I'll tell you what. I'm going to, if you will allow me to, I'm going to invoke Eyes of the Quarterback for Connor to be like, you know what? Fuck this. Now ghosts are involved. He's gonna walk up the stairs, knock on the door, and say, okay, look, here's the deal. Because he's a soldier. He's straightforward. He doesn't play games. He's terrible at playing games like this. He's gonna say, look, an associate of yours walked into my friend's bar and died on the floor. He had a ticket about this bar. Like, you know, I'm sure you don't want it, like,
and
anything
now there's
to
ghosts
happen.
in your basement.
And there's also ghosts in your basement.
And she stops for a minute. Like she's not quite pushing Danny out, but she's doing that eccentric hustle where she's kind of like shooing and basically almost forcing Danny out the door as you come in and you drop it.
Yeah.
And
And
she
he goes,
just-
and also my old jacket wasn't that bad. I could have worn it. It wasn't a big deal.
Not this damn jacket.
She kind of, like, as soon as you say that the associate of hers is dead, she goes very, very still. Do either of you want to roll me empathy?
I can roll empathy. It's not the highest, but I have it.
All right.
Well, mine's higher than yours.
Lol, what is empathy, guys?
You can tell that she's very truly, like, she's cautious, but she's shocked. And she's like, what was his name? Do you know?
And I'm gonna tell him his name. I'm gonna tell her his name.
Justin Hampshire.
Justin Hampshire.
Yeah.
And she kind of, like, immediately her hand flies up to her mouth. And she just kind of stands there as, like, she flushes white. And walks around to her chair and flops down in it very unceremoniously. Like, in complete opposite of what her personality has been to date. And you both hear something over your shoulder. And it's very clipped. I told ye that he wasn't around anymore, madame.
I'm gonna turn around I'm gonna look over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And you see a very... Hold on a second. I'll find him. You see a very... Maybe not handsome man. But he is dressed in very old clothes.
Sam Adams.
And you see that... What is startling about it, though, is that you can see the wall behind him. And he kind of starts floating forward. Not
That's
walking,
a ghost.
floating.
Is this a point in the show where Danica passes out and he gets the fuck out of this?
Nope. What are your aspects, Danny?
I have nothing that would apply to her and ghosts.
Okay.
Unless it...
No, that's fine. You can just kind of back up and be a little shocked as he's coming toward you both as though you weren't there.
I think Connor would actually instinctively just kind of stand between him
Get in the way.
and both of the girls.
Okay, so you don't move from where you're standing, and the ghost hardly registers you as he passes right through you to the other side.
Ugh.
As a very, very deep chill, similar to what you felt in the basement, runs through your spine.
So that was you in the basement.
Indeed, but no matter. Turns around back to Sarah. Sarah, please, pray tell, are you okay? And she looks up to him and says, "Oh, Paul, is he really dead?" Indeed, madame, that's what I came back to establish. As they both kind of go silent for a moment.
Um,
I guess.
Go ahead.
I know. I was gonna say once the shock has worn off, can Danny be like, "So, anyone wanna fill us in here?" Question mark.
Just
At this point, she's seen a ghost, and she can't leave well enough alone. That's her trouble. So she's gonna want to know what the heck just happened.
so so the ghost turns to her and with a slight smile says, "Madame, you look like you've seen a ghost."
She's gonna look at him like she's immensely giving him the middle finger.
I apologize. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm being very rude to our guests. I'm Paul Revere. I'm sure you know of me.
What?
And he looks down at Sarah and he's like, "You have met my personal friend Sarah Linkett. She has been taking care of the cemetery across from here for generations, or her family has. I shouldn't say we. Sorry. I just happen to know about Justin's passing through some of the other ghosts that are in my flock, and I came over here to tell her of this incident, but it seems like she already knows." And you can just she looks over at you guys and he was always there. He was, oh man, this is such a shock. How am I going to deal with this now? And you sense that at some point, I mean, is there anything that you two would like to do? John, Trace, would you guys like to come upstairs at this point?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I'll go upstairs too.
What's taking this? Oh my god, there's somebody floating.
I figured when Connor did that, you know what? Fuck this, and stomped off. I figured they probably would have followed.
Okay.
But
So,
yeah.
Trace, Louis, you guys come up to this scene with Sarah Linkett in the chair, practically out of it, and this man that's floating there. And you walk in at the point where he introduces himself as Paul Revere.
The Paul Revere?
Yes, well, I guess maybe not, but, yes, I am indeed Paul Revere.
The one if by land, two if by sea.
Yes, it's always the same prattle. Yes. One if by sea, two if by land. It was by land, so we ran through the town. The British are coming, Yes, that Paul Revere. Can we
Cool.
focus on the fact? I do apologize for my tone, but there is an issue here with Sarah's friend and longtime partner. And she looks up and she's like, "Yeah, he has been here a long time, hasn't he? At least 5 years. Oh, I can't believe he's gone. He took care of everything. How am I going to deal with this? He was the contact to PRI. Why?
Whoa! Danny's gonna have a minute and be like, "So who?"
PRI.
Well, not like obviously not like Hood Danny, but she's gonna be like PRI. as one of those like light bulbs. Hey, wait a minute. That's where my dad works.
Yes,
Dun, dun,
he works for
dun.
Pharmaceutical Research and Industries, or at least I guess. Yeah, he didn't work for them. My apologies. It's an incorrect tone. He was the main liaison to a particular deal that we were very questionable about. I mean, he's been with my the Historical Conservation Society for years now, and they entrusted him with basically trying to settle this deal. I mean, the very end result of it is mine, but PRI wanted to make a very sizable donation, and I mean, they had some strings attached that we weren't comfortable with, and Justin was in charge of sorting those details out. I mean, but I mean, the things that they wanted were completely ridiculous. Like anything that we found in the historical remains or restoration, they wanted first access to, which I mean, we just can't do. There's some artifacts that we have to take care of before anything happens. Paul Revere looks around and nods, and he says, I whatever they say, I didn't trust him. There was something that was just there's something with that particular company is standing against this nation, and I'm not entirely sure about it. Ever since they started snooping around, I've been losing my flock, and we can't figure out why.
Look at Paul Revere
Snooping.
talking shit about your daddy's company.
I know, right? Be like, back the like.
Boop, boop,
Lord.
back that shit up.
So with my ass dad, he's over there.
Okay. I mean, can she ask Revere like, what does he mean, like in terms of getting involved in what? Cause I'm feeling like this is going like the bomb's gonna get dropped in the Michelson household here in a minute.
He motions and basically like gives a quick centering motion to himself and goes, my apologies. Things have been very strange as of late with myself and my flock. I seem to be the only word I can really say, pray tell, is lose. I've been losing members of my flock. Various members have just been going feral, and once we lose contact and once they goes feral, there's nothing we can do to rescue them or guide them anymore while their plight is on this earth. And it's been almost strangely when we first started getting contact from PRI about this deal.
I feel like, is there anything that I can roll to press her about more about the deal itself? Because I feel like there's something with the deal itself.
What would you like to roll?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What can? Because our investigation sucks. Why did I put it so low?
Well, investigation is also actually picking up physical clues. This is more of a social
okay.
thing.
So would it be more so a rapport that I could try to roll? Because I can't even have her.
Yeah, because you're trying to get her to open up. So it'd be rapport.
I can't roll higher than a damn 3 today. Okay.
All right. Okay, what are you saying to her? Give me the physical line. What are you trying to get her to come up with? Or to open up with?
Okay, I know this is a very troubling time, but in order for, just us in general to try to find out, we came across your partner and trying to at least put the pieces together about what exactly may have caused his untimely demise, we're going to need to know a little bit more about the deal. She's not going to talk about anything to do with her dad, not going to name drop any of that shenanigans, but she's going to leave it very kind of...
She would know about your dad.
Oh, well, then fuck my life. Never mind.
I'm just saying.
Well, she's not going to particularly start dropping about it in particular.
Probably a good idea. She looks up and is a little bit lost, but manages to focus long enough and just it's basically a contract to give us money. I mean, we survive on gratuity. It's not I mean, we run the business. I run this business on the side of event planning, but I mean, obviously, the true passion is the Historical Conservation Society. So, we get fundraising events and people giving money to make sure that these places can stay rooted and founded. And I mean, another part of it is that the more that we make sure that things look the same, and preserve the history, the more we can stay in contact with the citizens of Boston. And she pauses for a moment, and Paul nods, and he says, "Yes, the roots. Once these buildings are torn down, and these types of things are erased from our memory, the ghosts that roam Boston no longer have a place to go, and they become feral. Once they are uprooted from their location, they lose all sense of their former selves. So she tries as hard as possible to make sure these places stay rooted, and I try as hard as possible to make sure that these people don't lose themselves before they can find absolution."
Okay, so hold on. So this is out of character. So basically, what's going on is because the ghosts will go feral if whatever they're attached to is destroyed, correct?
Correct.
Can she ask Revere if, because he obviously, if they're his flock, he'll know what buildings they're attached to, or whatever object or whatever.
Yep.
So can she actually ask him, like of the ones that have gone feral, what were they tied to?
That's
Was that it happened recently from the like as the deal?
this deal has been in the works for many a day, and you hear Sarah pipe up about a year and a half. We've been in the process of negotiating this deal. She said, "We've lost many in the flock so far. At least 15 have gone feral since then. Either lost to the actual river itself as they're washed away, or they've been exorcised by the church. Honestly, we've lost track of many of them."
Okay, well then, never mind with my suggestion.
It's and you've done a superb job keeping these landmarks intact. So it's not that the destruction of buildings is causing it. Something else, we don't know what. They're just not coming back.
Anything else peanut gallery?
Yeah, you guys are all part of this too.
This is not the Danny show.
Would I know of any way that ghosts could be like disappearing in this high quantity? Like your lore?
Yeah, you can roll a lore check. All right. So you have a suspicion. You don't dabble in necromancy or ectomancy at all. You do know that there are potions that you can make that can physically separate things from this plane, though, or to contact and get through to spirits to make maybe not make them physical, but allow them to maneuver. You think something like that may make them no longer rooted if they're actually guided away from their location. You're not entirely sure, though. That's just from what you know of potions.
There's a way that it could be done, perhaps to sever the spirits through a magical means.
Louis, Connor, thoughts?
This is a little out there for me. I'm not really sure yet.
Yeah.
There's no way to say rebind them, right?
Not that you know of. Your research, I mean, that's really specialized research into that particular field.
Yeah. Something that I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah, just so everybody does know. I mean, obviously, if it hasn't been made obvious, Sarah is an ectomancer. This is her thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. I guess the civil thing to do would be offer to help.
Okay. So you start to offer. Everybody make me a alertness check.
Because I've been doing so well at those all
I
night.
know, right? Here comes my
Oh,
negative.
nope.
Oh, what?
What?
You did better than blind ass Louie over here.
So Connor, you hear at the very edge of your perception, you hear a scream
Which direction is it coming from?
down.
Like I cased the joint pretty
You just know
intently.
it's
Do
down.
I just down?
Just down.
Connor is going to run off in that direction.
Okay, Danny,
Down.
you
Down the
don't
stairs.
hear that. What you do see is Paul seems to focus somewhere else. Everybody else, you're still enthralled with Sarah explaining the context, but even Sarah stops for a moment and listens. Somebody dropped.
That's me. My fucking computer's acting up. I'll be
okay,
right back.
I just noticed it. But Danny, you do notice that Paul starts like moving his hand, and you suddenly notice that there's a very large saber on his thigh. So Connor
Okay.
has just booked it off the top floor.
Yeah, Connor.
And Paul is starting to
literally
reach
just
for a
ran.
sword.
God damn it, Magoo! And he's just gonna
Ken.
start running after him.
I guess I will stay up with Revere and his magical ghosty saber.
Okay. So with that, Sarah stops and jumps up and says, "We must go now." And Paul disappears. Connor, as you run into the ballroom, Paul reappears right next to you with
Okay.
his sword drawn, but he's not facing you.
Right, like he's standing alongside me,
Right.
and I'm going to draw the the combat knife
Okay.
from my hip, and when I draw it with intent to use it,
Turns into your sickle.
it turns into the sickle. Yeah, so like a reddish orange, almost superheated looking sickle.
Okay. So everybody else comes down as well. I'm going to assume Sarah joins you as well. They all have, yes. At least I think everybody's read Dresden Files, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So in front of you, as you all kind of line up down in the bottom left-hand corner here, you see the ballroom open in front of you, and on the stage, there's a bride. But you can also see through her to the back wall. And as she slowly lifts up her veil, you realize that there is nothing above her top lip. It's just skin. And her face splits open from corner to corner all the way up to her ears and reveals a whole serrated maw of teeth. And as she's doing this and lets out this scream that just hits all of you and chills you to the bone, two other spirits rise from the basement. They look somewhat like bridesmaids.
I swear to God, I'll freak out. This is what the wedding is. I swear to God.
So, now you guys have an option. It's 9:30. I know, Kelt, you have to leave at 10.
That actually got pushed back.
Is this I'm pushing it back because this is awesome and I want to finish this? Or
This is a I just texted my coworker to find out if they're really gonna be ready at 10 o'clock. Like one of those like, hey guys, are we really gonna be ready at 10 kind of things? So
Okay. Let's see. We are.
but that's
going
up to you guys. We can also totally wait until next time.
Yep. So here's the setup. Would you guys like to continue?
I know I have a
I'm-
meeting tomorrow
I'm
at
up.
8 a.m.
It's not going to run past 10:30. At least it shouldn't.
Shouldn't, the man says. I'm in.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm in.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute bio break. So go ahead, take a piss if you need to, while I figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Did you just wing
I'm
that
sorry, did I
entire
say
part?
that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
Did you just wing that entire part?
Which part?
The last part.
No. As you can tell, it's all set up right there. I have all of your guys' tokens. They're linked to your character sheets.
What are you talking about? I don't see anything. Oh,
That's
nice.
I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go.
Wow.
Look at you.
Look at this shit.
I know,
Damn,
right?
Sarge.
Look at that jams. Look at this.
Sergeant
guys,
Jams.
Very nice.
I do not have control of my token, however.
Nor do I. You failed me, Sarge.
Damn it.
Sergeant at letdown.
Whoa,
Oh,
out of bounds.
God. That escalated very quickly.
All right, Danny, yours should be. Louis, yours should be. That's Kathy.
Yup. Cause boop, I moved.
I am so sorry, guys.
What?
My coworker just got back to me. Yeah, he said they actually want to start at 10. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
so
I'm
I
glad
actually
we
have
have
to
a
disappear.
point that we can.
I am so sorry.
No, that's cool. We can always wait. I mean, if we'll figure it out. Maybe we can do it next week. If not, there will be action to come into next episode on Dresden Files.
Yes, the
And
Connor
Dan's
gets
gonna
the
get her
wood
ass
good
kicked.
at.
Yep, Dane's gonna get her ass
I'm
kicked
gonna
'cause
whip
she can't fight.
somebody.
I mean,
I'm gonna whip
there's-
somebody's ass.
There's a reason why Connor is so shitty at literally everything else. He's a
Because
soldier.
He is a beast at combat. So
Yeah, he
I
is
figure
a
we
soldier.
haven't tested it out yet. So everybody will have something to do. I promise. So it's not going to be like, oh, Danny's going to get slapped in the face 8 turns in a row. It's not going to be that way because Trace isn't all that good at combat either. So
Nope.
Louis can't combat. He made a living out of getting his ass kicked.
And then also maybe Slash will be around next week as well, so that we can have both the combat characters ready.
right.
Someone
So,
harass him about that.
I will.
All right, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will be uploading this. I'll definitely be putting it up on Twitter, too, so that peeps can see it. But I will see everybody later. Say bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.